Yo, what is going on, Steeler Nation? Welcome to episode 430 of the Steel Factory podcast. My name is Rion. I'm joined by my co-host Junior today.
What's up? What's up?
All right, so breaking down the Ravens game a couple days ago. We're recording this on Monday, and then we have a game in 2 days against the Chiefs. Second to last game of the year. Glad to have the last two games back at Heinz Field. And yeah, let's get right into it. So we lost, 34-17 to the Ravens in a game where we kind of were in it until, I guess, really the pick six, right?
Yeah. We were hanging around.
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess we could start by kind of just breaking down the play-by-play. So, I guess like the first thing that really happened was causing the fumble on Lamar and then not recovering. That was like the first thing that kind of didn't go our way, and that would have really helped. And then, didn't we go like 3-and-out the first drive? Or were we actually driving? No, right?
No, I think we went 3-and-out.
3-and-out, and then that was the punt, and they actually had a nice return, and then ended up fumbling, and we didn't fall on it again. That was the second thing. I was like, all right. I'm pretty sure the Ravens scored there. They ended up having the ball like on the 45 to start, anyways, and then we answered back. It was good to see the offense clicking early-ish, without Pickens, right? Because that was like the main thing these last couple weeks. Slow starts, and then really just lack of creativity without Pickens. It just really felt like we didn't really have really a whole bag of tricks. I feel like it was really simple, and we didn't really have much to do. But the offense got going. We had a touchdown. It was 7-7. Defense had a 3-and-out. I'm pretty sure. Offense got the ball back, and we were driving. This was like the really like back-breaking thing. The Russell Wilson fumble inside the 3-yard line, 1-yard line.
Russ went for it all, and I mean, if he scores there, it's like, oh my god, what a play! But he fumbled, and all you can think is like, why didn't you slide?
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be the first thing. I mean, I can't blame him for trying to score there. He scores there. It's 14-7, right? In the middle of like the second quarter. And, the Ravens are a team that really have not proven that they could play from behind, right? That's really been the whole thing. They get
Yeah,
ahead, they'll
yeah,
run the ball and all that.
yeah. Ravens playing from behind. They struggle a little bit. Like if they're ahead, they get into their groove of just running it over and over again with Derrick Henry, and that's proven to be very effective for the last decade.
Yeah.
Um, once they get behind, though, I think their offensive coordinator does get a little panicky, and he does kind of abandon things that are working, or he so that didn't end up happening. We just kind of played right into their game plan, and we lost.
Yeah, I mean, that happened, and then that's the one thing, defense let up like a 95-plus-yard drive right after that. You can't let that happen. You gotta, force field goals. I don't think we really, but they probably kicked like, 2 field goals maybe? They had, 4 touchdowns, including the pick six, I guess. Yeah, you can't let that happen. You can't let the long drives. You gotta, make them settle for field goals. Couldn't do that. So that was basically a 14-point swing right there. Um, what was it, like 17-10 at halftime, right? We were able to get a field goal towards the end there.
Yeah,
Um, and then we had another good drive to start the second half, right? And then we made it 17-17. Again, I think the Ravens were able to answer back. We got to make them settle for field goals pretty much. And was it 24-17? And we could talk about the fourth downs. Like, we're going for it on 4th and 6 in the third quarter, down 1 score, but we're not going for it down 2 scores in the fourth quarter.
yeah. I don't know. I think it looks like we give up in games. Like there's like this thing called like the cowardly indexed.
Yeah.
Like it shows like how cowardly of a punt uh you have, in certain game situations. And I think last week against the Eagles when we punted at like late in the fourth quarter and we were
It
down,
was
it
like
was like a
10
90.
minutes, dude.
Yeah, yeah. The last time we touched the ball in the fourth quarter, it was like this is one of the most cowardly plays you could have done. It's like a top 4% play.
Yeah.
And I feel like we did it again, punting it in the fourth quarter when we're down and we need a score. And
Yeah.
I think the offense did show enough to kind of put some faith in it, right?
Yeah, well,
There,
I would have had a lot more faith in it than I did last week. This week, I know the one in the third quarter. I think it was a 4th and 6. I honestly, I kind of like that play call. I know everyone's gonna talk about the Josh Allen arm punt that CBS was gassing up that got the Patriots down like at their own 1 yard line. Honestly, though, if Marlon Humphrey or not Marlon Humphrey, who's the safety? Um,
Kyle Hamilton.
if Kyle Hamilton picks that off, right? He was the one playing the ball. He picks that off. They're down at the 1 yard line. It's like, okay, that's fine. Um,
Yeah.
but and if the I mean the other is Calvin Austin basically in the end zone right there. That's the other option, which I can't get mad at that. Honestly, would have liked to seen that again in the fourth down attempt in the fourth quarter, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, like there's a couple positives in the game, right? Like we saw Calvin Austin have basically a breakout game, without actually like winning, which sucks. But like he played fantastic. He looked like a legit like wide receiver too, like uh, almost like a Jamison Williams type of guy, like where he just kind of takes the lid off of defense, just because he's so fast. Um, but it's he's obviously like not enough. You know, you need a
Yeah,
complimentary like wide receiver out there to like get you all the tough catches that Calvin Austin just is not going to get. Um, and it showed. It showed. You know, our offense was kind of making do, and it was working around it,
yeah,
right? But it wasn't it.
yeah. I mean, if we get we'll obviously get Pickens back, but if we get another guy, Calvin Austin could be a really elite number 3 receiver. I'll be honest. Like I'd be really excited about that. If we ever to get a guy, I mean, we talked about who Garrett Wilson this morning. He wants out of New York. If we get like a Pickens, Garrett Wilson, Calvin Austin receiving room,
Yeah. No, I
I
think
might be a little excited.
that would be a sick receiving room. Garrett Wilson's obviously like fantastic player. You know, one of the best route runners in the game and stuff.
Yeah,
There's a lot of talk about like what wide receivers could be on the trading block. Like I've heard DK Metcalf is on the trading block a little bit, just because like he is not meshing well with the style of offense they're trying to run up there in Seattle
yeah.
right now. Um, but obviously like him and Russ, uh, good pairing.
They go way back,
So
huh?
yeah, pretty much.
um,
So like there's a lot of things happening, but right now like you can definitely tell like our wide receiver room is missing just another like legit guy. Because after Pickens, it's really nobody, and that's no disrespect to Calvin Austin,
yeah.
but he had himself a really great game today, and I'm excited for him in the future. But he's
He's
not
taking steps
the
all
kind
year
of guy.
long.
Yeah,
Um, I guess my next point, going further on the game, we got that pick. Minka finally got an interception, a splash play. I know everyone's been on his ass. I really don't care. I mean, because we know he's effective back there. He's taking everything that's, keeping everything in front of him basically. Um, he got the pick, and then Russ threw the pick six right after, and you could basically call a ball game right there, right?
pretty
Inside of
much.
like
Yep.
10 minutes, whatever.
Yeah, 10 minutes. We're down 14 at that point or something, or it might have been 17.
Yeah, it's really hard to put this game solely on the offense, right? I mean, we could go back and look at Russ's turnovers being the reason we lost, but the defense really, in the red zone especially. I mean, what Lamar had 3 touchdowns, and it looked like some of those guys got wide open. And honestly, it probably shows how important Deshaun Elliott is to the secondary. I mean, we were down 3 guys in total, but I mean, just the tackling too all over the field has looked terrible these last 2 weeks without him. Right? I feel like he's probably like the most underrated guy on the defense.
No, yeah, Deshaun Elliott. Like, I mean, we talked about this way when we barely signed him, right, as a free agent. It's kind of funny when we signed Deshaun Elliott as a free agent. We thought, oh wow, this is gonna be a guy that lets Minka, just do whatever he wants and be that elite ball hawk that we think he can be, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of been the exact opposite
Right.
of that. It's basically put Minka in like here, just use your like super high like game IQ to keep a lid on offenses completely. Um, and obviously it's been working out extremely well, but he's hurt, and we're kind of seeing like all the holes that Deshaun Elliott fills extremely well. We're seeing, I don't know, did Dante Jackson play or
No, Dante
yeah,
Jackson didn't
right?
play, and Porter came out like in the first quarter too.
Yeah, so we didn't have any of our starting corners. So obviously against legit MVP caliber quarterback in Lamar, like he's gonna work us, right?
Yeah.
And it's at that point it's what it is. We didn't have Larry Ogunjobi either, and he was definitely felt in the run game. Like we were getting ran all over. It was one of their best running games all season. It wasn't even Lamar running the ball, it was Derrick Henry and I think Justice Hill that put up like 220 rushing yards on us.
Yeah, Hill had a
So
couple nice runs before he got taken out of the game, I think.
yeah, yeah. So it's just like it's so obvious that like we are hurt. We're hurt. We have injuries piling up at probably the worst spot they could have all season.
Yeah.
Um, and it's tragic. Hopefully, we got the playoff spot secured, which is nice. At this point, it's just about getting healthy, and if we get the North with that, fantastic. Obviously, I want it, but I wanna be healthy because
Yeah.
you know there's implications to being like the fifth seed. You mean you probably play Houston, and I think Houston is one of the weakest teams in the playoffs.
Very true. Very true. But yeah, I mean, speaking of getting healthy, I guess Tomlin gave everybody a shot to play on Wednesday. That being, guys like Pickens, Dante Jackson, Ogunjobi. I know Fields was inactive too. He has a chance to come back. I know we probably could have used him maybe. It's just another guy that we could kind of throw out there, knowing that we don't have Pickens, right? Um, Pretty sure he got injured in the Eagles game too, so we were trying to utilize him definitely. And then I think Joey Porter, I don't really know his status because he got injured in the middle of the game and they're still trying to figure it out. I don't think I've seen anything on Twitter about him.
What
Um,
worries me is they're saying it's a calf, and calf usually just means Achilles. Um,
oh, great.
so so I'm that's what worries me.
Yeah,
Oh, CMC, he just has some calf soreness. That's why we're sitting him out. Oh, actually, like all this terrible stuff is happening, and it's at the worst part of the body for athletes right now.
yeah,
But so I'm a little worried about Joey Porter Jr. I hope everything's all right, and I hope it's nothing. Honestly, I hope he just kind of tweaked something in his knee. It's way better than a calf injury.
yeah. That's true. Um, well, so we'll see how that goes. I guess focusing on the Chiefs then. I mean, I doubt we're really getting any real practice in right now. It's just probably all walkthroughs. At this point, glad we're at home though. Would suck to have to travel back to back fucking days, or basically days, right, in the same like week. Um, and I guess probably the most I've seen the Chiefs was this past week though during this Texans game, and everyone's talking about all these fucking flags and how annoying it is to probably play them. You see Houston make one play, all of a sudden there's a flag on the field. What are your thoughts on this conspiracy?
I mean, look, at this point, it's a little bit of like everyone's tired of the Chiefs and like is preying on their downfall. I can definitely group me up in there. Um, but at a certain point, you know,
Certain
it's kind
points.
it's kind of like I don't know how much of a conspiracy it is, but dude, everyone on Twitter, all they're talking about is like, wait a minute, literally every time like something good happens for the Texans, there's like some random flag, and then there's like these compilations of like plays that are like minutes long, uh, going around of stuff that doesn't get called on the Chiefs, right? Like like holdings and like false starts and stuff, and like all these things um that don't get called on the Chiefs. And you could do that for literally any team, but at the same time it's like, man, this got nationally televised, everyone's watching it, and now all anyone can talk about is like this is some fucking BS.
Yeah.
uh that you know these guys just get to do whatever they want, and nothing gets called on them, and they get helped out whenever they want. um so I mean, as far as like playing the Chiefs though, I think I want to say we match up well. Spirits are obviously like kind of low right now. Um, if you asked me about this game 5 days ago, I would have been way more excited than I
We
am right
were
now.
really excited about this game going into the Eagles game. We were really thinking
Yeah,
that, out of this like 3 game stretch, the Chiefs game might be the easiest. And last night I was telling myself I'm not gonna let the outcome of the last two games without Pickens, without Elliott, affect how I felt about the Chiefs 2 weeks ago. Because we were confident. We thought that, we're gonna have a really good shot at these guys, better shot than we did at the start of the year. We were like fucking shitting our pants about this game. Like, what a horrible Christmas we're about to have. Um, but yeah, dude. I mean, the way the Chiefs have been winning games this year is like the recipe that we've been following the last 2 years, right? You come out,
Definitely.
play good defense, and ultimately the better team is gonna the team with the better playmakers is gonna make plays at the end to secure victory. And you get Watt a little bit more healthier. He's had a couple more days to recover, because he was kind of, I don't want to say invisible during the Ravens game, but he was not himself, right?
No, no, you could tell. I saw someone mention on Twitter like Watt is trying to do more like power moves and like just kind of like force guys down instead of like doing that twisting motion that he does to really
Yeah,
break free of tackles. And it's probably because
yeah,
he just it probably hurts, dude, on that ankle of his.
yeah.
What's good is he's playing, right? So it's obviously not a big deal, and he can get out there, and it's gonna get better, right? Hopefully from now to January, we see him get back to 95,
But
hopefully
we got
100%.
we got fucking 10 days rest after this Christmas game at least.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Look, and I want to talk about like just the matchup with the Chiefs because
yeah,
I think we have a really good matchup with the Chiefs. I know we just got our ass handed to us the last 2 weeks. And I don't even know if we're gonna have Pickens, but just defensively, I think we do match up really well. The Chiefs tackles are bad; they're terrible. They've been a real problem for Mahomes and this Chiefs team. I think all year, and I think they just got their other tackle hurt maybe the last couple weeks.
yeah,
So we got a couple of really bad tackles, and obviously our biggest strength on defense right now is our edge rushing. With Watt and Highsmith and Herbig, we're we probably have the best front four, maybe top three in the league.
yeah,
So that's a fantastic matchup right there. We're gonna pressure Mahomes. I wanted to say that we could press up on their wide receivers and really force them into difficult spots. Like Xavier Worthy, he's not a good contested catcher. What they like to do is they like to kind of scheme him open and give him like these quick passes where he gets the ball and can take off running just at the line of scrimmage just so he
yeah.
gets his hands on it. So I think if we kind of play press coverage on him, we can kind of eliminate him. DeAndre Hopkins, obviously, though, probably has some of the best hands in the league. So ideally, we put Porter on him, but we don't even know if he's going to play.
Yeah.
Uh, Chiefs running, it's it's not explosive at all. Between Pacheco coming back from like a broken leg and then um, who's their other running back? Their other running back is this old guy who's like
Oh,
fantastic for getting
Pirine?
you three.
Did they end up getting
No, no,
Pirine?
no. They have Pirine. He's like their good like pass catching back.
Yeah.
And he can get you some good plays. But their other one, he was on the Browns for a while. His name
Kareem
is
Hunt.
slipping me.
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah, Hunt. He's
Yeah.
really good at getting you like 3-4 yards. But like after that, he has no breakaway speed or anything.
Yeah.
Um, and he's been in the league a long time. He's obviously like talented enough to keep playing. So it's not nothing against him. It's just like what it is at this point in his career. So they're not gonna be able to like really run explosively. They're gonna grind us down. I think they have like the most 10+ play drives in the league.
Fuck.
Yeah. So we're gonna really have to get to Mahomes and put a lot of pressure on him and I think we can, and I think we match up really well in that respect. Um, I think the Ravens probably had trouble beating the Chiefs. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
Just because a lot of their defensive line strengths are in the interior. Like that's where they
The
have their
Ravens.
guys.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't really have like the best edge rushers. It's not like a weak spot. It's just like they're average, but that's our strong suit, right?
Yeah.
So in my head, I think I that should be like where we're gonna beat them. If we can really get to Mahomes, with Watt and Highsmith and Herbig and Preston Smith, like that's gonna be it. And this Chiefs defense, it's been struggling, man. It can't get pressure using four guys. Um, it's like bottom 5 in the league in pressure rate when they just rush 4.
Yeah.
So and their corners are not that fast or anything either. They're a slower defense. They're fantastic against the run. Fantastic against the run. But it's not like we're that great of a running team either. All of our offense is basically like predicated on
Russ
explosive
cooking,
pass
dude.
plays. Exactly. It's Russ cooking, and
Yeah.
I hope you know Russ is the type of guy to lock in after games like he just had.
Yeah.
Um, and I think we're gonna make a comeback. I feel really good about the Chiefs game still. Just worried about injuries not letting us play up to our potential.
Right. I mean, every team deals with injuries. It's kind of annoying, but um, yeah. I mean, our best player is out. Our best player on offense is out. It's been annoying to watch the last 3 games. We've taken a step in the Ravens game, I'd say, but if we get Pickens back, I'd really like our chances. I like our chances if we have Fields available too. Um, it's kind of annoying that I'm saying that Russ has been cooking and it's been helping us, but I definitely would feel a little bit better if we could implement a little bit of Fields in there just to have another element, especially against a team that has a really good run defense, right? Um, and also Spagnuolo, he's a DC, right? Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy's been there. There's a reason they're winning Super Bowls because fucking they have a good DC and they don't really have the greatest talent like around at all. I mean, it's just really Chris Jones who's kind of on the injury report, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah. Chris Jones is hurt. I don't know how hurt, but he got hurt in that Texans game.
yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, I'm not worried about Russ. I'm excited to see how he responds to a lot of, I guess, blame from the fans kind of falling on him for losing the Ravens game. I can't, you can't blame Russ at all. There's a lot of the questionable decisions, like the punts, and then of course, the defense looking bad. I saw some people throwing shots at Terrell Austin too, because yeah, the secondary does not look good. Um, I know, I mean, Hurts had a perfect game, and I'd say Lamar was okay stats wise, but I mean, as soon as they got into the red zone, they just fucking diced us up.
Yeah, Lamar, dude. Look, at the end of the day, we played most of that game without our 2 starting corners, without our starting safety,
Yeah.
without one of our better linebackers, against a team that we need those guys to match up well against. Like that like football at the end of the day is matchups. At the end of the day, it's all matchups, right? Like you could have 2 elite teams, but then just some random team that's built to beat both of them could beat them, and that random team could be 10-6, and those 2 elite teams could be like 14-3. And that's just how football is. That's what makes it such a fantastic sport. That's why it's
Yeah.
any given Sunday. And we just didn't have the matchups today. We didn't have our corners. We couldn't keep a lid on things, and they ran all over us.
Yeah. Um, my thing is like, we only got 3 days to get back in the lab, lock in, stuff like that. So I know the guys, I mean, they technically had a practice. They had to give out an injury report yesterday. Tomlin did his press conference yesterday. All this on a Sunday is insane.
Crazy. This is ridiculous.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Wednesday. Any other thoughts, comments before we get into score predictions on the Chiefs?
I think we match up well. I think we match up well. Again, any given Sunday, like this sport is all about matchups, and I
Yeah.
feel like we have it.
Yeah, I think we are fighting for pride too at this point. We kind of got embarrassed the last 2 games, and kind of like almost in a national sense too. I know, especially on Saturday, and I think pretty sure that Eagles game was seen everywhere. Um, yeah, man,
Yeah,
tough 2 games on the road. I'm pretty sure we're glad to be back home. I know Tomlin has a good way of bouncing back, and I mean, I'm gonna say it right now. We're underdogs at home. You know what that means? Tomlin's really good, right?
we've been saying that shit for the last like 3 weeks. Yeah, that stat's bunk now, bro. It's gone.
Underdog at home.
I just being Tomlin underdog stats. I'm over him. I've been throwing
Yeah.
him out lately. It's not working.
No, I mean at home we only lost once at home so far, and that was to the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure we weren't favored. That's the thing too. A lot of these games we're not even favored, dude. We weren't favored against the Bengals. We weren't favored in the first Ravens game. I'm pretty sure we weren't favored in the Commanders game.
No, we weren't.
Who else did we play recently? Um, the Ravens were touchdown favorites. Pretty sure the Eagles were touchdown favorites. Um, the only games we've been favored in are the Browns games. To be honest with you, going back to at least the Jets game, we
Oh
weren't even
yeah.
favored either. Russell's first game, I'm pretty sure the Giants game we were favored probably by at least like 5 points. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, the Vegas doesn't really know where we stand. I guess. I mean, it's been a good chunk of change though, betting on us as underdogs the last, I guess, just this whole season, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't. Yeah, Vegas is kind of they're a little lost with us. I mean, because I think we're a little lost with us too, man.
Yeah,
Uh, like we got a lot of things going for us, but at the same time, it's we're a confusing team. So
it's hard to get a read on
we'll
us,
see.
but yeah, let's
Yeah.
get into it though. Christmas Day, Steelers, Chiefs in Pittsburgh. I'm looking at an over under of 43 and the Steelers plus 2.5. So that means like Chiefs minus 2.5. Our money line's plus 120. Score predictions go.
Let's see. So we're plus 2.5 at 42. So it's like
40,
what 22-20
43.
is what
Did I
they have.
misread that? 43.
They basically have us at 23-20. Dang.
That's exactly what I
Uh,
think, honestly.
I want to say. Oh man, I've been saying we win the last like few weeks, and
Dude, me too.
I'm
And I
depressed.
can't. I've been saying that, but I really can't see it happening. I'll be honest with you. I kind of have a
I
score in mind, but I don't know, dude.
I feel like we're gonna lose. I feel like we're just too hurt, man. It sucks to say that we're gonna backslide and lose 3 in a row. Um, but I don't know. It's tough, especially just this has been like the gauntlet of the season.
Yeah,
And to go 0-3 is very discouraging. But again, we're hurt, and I think we do have potential. It's just not gonna be there if we're not healthy.
yeah.
So I want to say Chiefs probably like 21, 17 or something.
Going again. Chiefs 23, Steelers 13. Yeah, dude, losing three in a row is gonna suck if it does happen. I mean, we lost three in a row at one point last year, but it was a little earlier on. You kind of had momentum going to the playoffs at least. But yeah, dude, this was a tough stretch, and we didn't have Pickens for any of it. We haven't had Deshaun Elliott for any of it. I mean, we'll see. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna find out if who's playing. Either I want to say probably either tomorrow night or tomorrow morning, maybe.
It's gonna be Christmas Day. Yeah, they're not gonna say anything till they need
Tuesday
to.
night, maybe. Yeah. Um, yeah, man, it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck if we don't really get this, but I just I don't see it happening right now. I think it takes a little bit for us to kind of bounce back, or at least to shake out of things, and I don't think we could do it on a short week. We lost to the Browns on a short week, coming after playing the Ravens, and I mean, the Chiefs at home are
Yeah,
a different story too. I mean, we're
our
not.
record after playing the Ravens is terrible. It's a physical, it's a physical game. Like even
Yeah,
if we win, it's a physical game, and it's tough to bounce back.
yeah, yeah. I know we were kind of. I mean, we were punting it away in the fourth quarter. I know we weren't even playing Najee that much. I think Tomlin even said because we fucking play again in 3 days, so I'm not playing Najee. Or we were using Patterson a lot more to kind of divvy up the labor. Um, yeah, dude. I mean, we'll see. It'll be exciting if we win because we still control our own destiny at the end of the day. That's kind of the one takeaway from the Ravens game is that all we got to do is win these next two and we still secure the division. I know if we both lose, it's a wash, and it kind of just comes down to the last game of the year, and we still would control our destiny. We just got to beat the Bengals. But yeah, focus on the Chiefs right now. Um, should be a good one on Christmas Day. Um, closing thoughts.
I think can the Texans beat the Ravens? Um, Probably not. I don't.
They got to
I don't
travel
know.
at least. The Ravens got
Yeah,
to
the Ravens
travel.
got to travel. Um, so it's tough to say. Uh, Texans, they got Nico Collins. Nico Collins is an explosive play waiting to happen, but Ravens kind of fixed their defense lately and are really putting a limit on those.
Yeah,
Um, it's tough. I don't think the Texans have it, and their offense has been just dreadful.
yeah.
Um, so we'll see. Uh, we'll see. But there's space for optimism, definitely, but I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah. And dude, honestly, we're looking at a really historic year out of the Chiefs, dude. If they win this, they're at 15-1 with the opportunity to go 16-1. Just a few years ago, to win 16 games, you had to go undefeated. So it's like that's crazy. Um, yeah, man. Hopefully we can stop it though. I'm just having a hard time believing in us because I know we usually have skids, dude. I'll be honest. The Steelers usually will go on skids, whether it's in the middle of the year, beginning of the year, or right now late in the year. But yeah, man. That should do it for us today, right? Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And yeah, peace out. Here we go, Steelers. We'll see you guys on the other side of Christmas, maybe closer to the new year. Peace out.